everyone, I have been sent this really beautiful looking book by Colorya called Flower Mandalas. It's their newest colouring book as far as I can tell. This is, as you can see, a spiral bound book. It's quite large, it actually doesn't fit. I could raise my camera a bit, but actually I decided not to fiddle around with my tripod and my display because it's a bit of a faff. But it's quite a large book. This is, I've got here an A4 piece of paper and I'll put it on the bottom there, and you can see it is pretty much A4 size. Yeah, it is. Now it's a French company, so I don't know whether the American versions of the book are in this A4 size, which is actually, you know, pretty much a UK size, or whether they come in the American letter size or not. But they're pretty similar size-wise anyway. Now, Colorya has really thick paper, so this thick card cover, this is the same thickness as the paper. In fact, the paper is thick, almost looks thicker than the card. I don't know how easy it is to see how thick it is. It's very thick paper. It's quite shiny. Now, I've been playing around with the paper in I've got two of their other books, and I find that pens don't work brilliantly. My pens. Colorya actually have a range of pens, and I assume that their range of pens probably work in their books, or it might just be my technique. I find that when I use pen, they don't dry very fast and I tend to smudge them a lot. So but I'm not really a pen person. I've just tried them out just because the paper is sort of so unique. So I won't be using them in here for this sort of demo. When I'm going to do a bit of a colouring demo in here once we've had a look at all the pages. So I'm going to do a little flip for you of all the pages, and then I'll choose one and we'll do a bit of colouring. So oops, I'm trying to, my tripod is in the way, so it's really a little bit tricky, but I'll show you anyway. So here's obviously, this is going to be where you can put your name at the front. It doesn't say this book belongs to, presumably because then it doesn't matter what language they're using, but I think these florals are really pretty. And here is their sort of intro page. I'm afraid there's a shadow there from the if I move it across a bit, it's not central, but it means it doesn't, the page doesn't get caught on my tripod. So it says here in English, thank you for choosing our colouring book as your next artistic adventure. As a small French creative company, we at Colorya have dedicated our hearts and efforts to develop the best possible creative products with solely one purpose: to bring more colour, joy and happiness into your life by helping you let go of daily stress and immerse yourself in the wonderful world of art. So that's lovely. We've got a few designs here which you could colour. I think they're the same in every book. We've got their copyright, and there's a little here, scan that, and they've got a Facebook group which I'm not in. Perhaps I should be, but I don't know. So here we go, let's get started. So although they're called mandalas, for me that's just a circle design with florals in. It doesn't matter, I'm being picky about the name. I mean, these look really pretty to colour, so that's fine. In fact, these look quite Johanna Basford-esque, I have to say. I've seen in World of Flowers designs like this, but that will be quite fun. This one is a bit different. We've got berries, which I love to colour. And what's interesting about this one is partial circle, so this bit isn't complete. If you want to colour inside the circle, you'll have to sort of decide where to go here. You could get a compass and just trace the rest, or you could just make it wibbly wobbly or not do a background. It's a little bit different. And again, here we have a partial circle, so we have a bit of a design here. This bit's sort of obscured by it, but under here, and these mushrooms, are they the ones from the front? Just have a look. No, these, they just look gorgeous. Oops. That's a blending pencil on the floor. I shall rescue that later. I think I can get to it. I'm not sure. It's gone behind the radiator. Never mind. I'll be a little bit more careful. Oh, that's pretty. So got a lovely heart. What's interesting here is what's inside the heart is separate to what's outside. Like this is sitting on top of this. So you could do a little shadow around there to make it look like it's hovering above or something. I don't know. But I'm liking these little florals. they're very pretty. Now here we have some larger flowers. These look like poppies. Not sure about these, but I really enjoy colouring flowers, so I think this is going to be a lot of fun for me. Now here we have, this is interesting, we have a line across here as if it's a line of symmetry, but actually both sides are different. I find that quite an interesting idea. So do you continue the same colour scheme across? Do you make this side completely different to this side? Do you have a monotone, you know, either a black and white or just one colour and multicolour there? Ooh, there's an interesting idea to play with. This one is, I saw a reel this morning on Instagram with someone colouring this exact page. These really attracted me. I thought they were really nice. I like that one. So this one is a bit more mandala-y, I would say, because we've got more of a geometric pattern here, but with florals around the outside, lots of berries. Nice. Now this one, so here we've got a geometric symmetrical pattern, but in the center it isn't. I think it's really interesting. It makes it a bit different to just a normal sort of mandala, and the fact that we've got so many little florals, you know, that's really appealing to me. And now these are single-sided, by the way, and you may have guessed. Oh, I've got a bit of something there, don't worry about that. Oh, we have another sort of reflection type one, so we have this. Very interesting. It's challenging me to try and think how I would colour it. That's good. So this one again, we've got these big areas. You know, do we do those in a block of colour or a bit of pastel? You know, colour this in, I don't know. This one has got more these sort of pointy leaves. Petals, which is interesting. Got a lot of dots in there. Circle. Interesting. I think this is the same as the front, the page where you could put your name, but obviously this bit is different. I think they are. We have another heart. It's not symmetrically drawn. This bit is thinner than this bit, which is interesting. Pretty rose there. Oh, I like these. I do like these. They're stylistic. They're not a specific flower, but you can certainly make them look three-dimensional by the way they're drawn, and these all layered up on the petals. Like that. And this one, yeah, we have it, much less realistic, much more mandala-y. Oh, and it's sort of dime, not a dime, is it rhombus? Don't know. So you've got the flowers around the outside and the more, I think it's a good mix. Sometimes I'm in the middle of, in the mood for more of a geometric page. This one's very small, but some people really enjoy that more detailed page, and this is the only one so far. So if you're not into details, you haven't got a lot to do, and actually they aren't that tiny, and if you just block that in with colour rather than trying to do any fancy shading, it's probably not going to be that tricky. And here we have another one with a mix of the geometric shapes and the florals and lots of leaves. Oh, here's a different type of one. These look, yeah, I want to say a name, but there isn't one. I don't know what they're called. But anyway, they look like a tropical type flower. That's all I'm going to say. I quickly turn over. So here we have more of a sort of geometric type florals, and then we have normal florals mixed in and sort of bits. It is symmetrical across there. That's interesting. That one you can't see the bottom. There we go. And again we have a nice round design here. Bits of flowers, bits of lines and shapes, but there's a lot going on out here. There's a lot of potential for a bit of pastel background, bits of metallic dots, all sorts of things you could do with that one. And this one, which is it's quite a mix again. We've got more realistic looking flowers around the outside, but just little bits around there that are petal shaped but not don't look more like real flowers. And again, a sort of, I think here I would have to do that striped because, or else I think I would get bored colouring that. And we've got the line, so I'll probably do it lots of different colours. Might look nice, a little rainbow, but you'd have to count them to make, don't fancy doing that. I think I just have to go for it and hope. This is pretty, look, nice flowers. These sort of layered up ones again, where you can put some shading in and with the leaves. It looks like it's scattering flowers down here. I keep sliding down, sorry, you can't see. So this one's very symmetrical. It's even got the lines where it's split into these different sections. And of course I might be tempted with this one, because of the way it's so neatly split up, to do maybe each section a different colour, maybe every other one a different colour. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so you could do every other one. You could do 4 and 4. You could do, I don't know. It'd be quite interesting. So again, we have a circle. We have the little florals, but these are sort of spilling out, which is rather sweet. This is a square design. It's not really, I don't really think these are all mandalas, but does it matter? No. These look like slightly stylised daffodils, I think, and maybe pansies. Interesting. And again here we have a mix of a more geometric shape with some more realistic looking flowers. I think that's the end. Okay, so I'm going to choose one and do a bit of colouring with you. I've got my Polychromos on my desk because I'm using those for something else, and I'm just going to use them. So we'll try that in a minute, but I'm just going to disappear off and do something. You won't even notice if I come back. It seemed to make sense to me to start on the very first page, as I found it so difficult to actually pick where to go. So we'll do a little bit of some of the florals on this page. As I said earlier, with my Polychromos pencils, let's come in a lot closer. This one rather appeals to start with. I don't know why. So we're going to make a start. We've got this little centre bit which I'm going to do to start with. I'm going to grab my green gold and do the base of these central bits. I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I'm going to use a few colours here, probably just 2, like that. These go down quite nicely. I find smooth paper quite hard to work with at times. I'm sort of, I don't know, I find, perhaps it's just because I'm not used to it, I can't really explain. But this doesn't, with these pencils, this is Naples yellow, so far so good. I'm not sure if I've used, I'm going to go over all of it with this. I'm not sure if I've used Polychromos on this paper before. It's certainly a very different feel to a more toothy paper, but that doesn't, it's not a negative or a positive, it's just different. I'm going to put a little bit of shadow in between each one with the burnt sienna. I'm still finding that I can layer up okay and you know, blend, so that's good. I'm not sure how many layers it will take, but I'm not one for doing millions, so I'm happy with that. There we go. Now the leaves, what should we do? I'm thinking I'd quite like a sort of purpley colour. Let's go for mauve to start with. Oops, wrong way. There you go, mauve. Let's use that in the middle. I think mauve goes really nicely with the sort of goldy yellows. And then I'm going to fade it a bit and put a lighter colour on the tip, I think. In fact, I might put a pink on there so we can look at the blend. So I'm going to take it really close to the edge. I find it a bit easier if you overlap it completely. let's go for the pink right away. This isn't really pink, it's a middle purple pink, so it's this sort of colour. And I'm going to start at this end with a more intense layer and then reduce it down so that we bring the two colours together. And see how well they mix. And these are polys, they take a bit of work to blend anyway, but that's looking okay to me. We'll do a second layer. So back to my mauve. I would always do this. This isn't got anything to do with the paper. I would always do a couple of layers, just because it takes a little bit of work. Blending polys is not as easy as some brands. In fact, we're really just layering them up. There we go. I'll just do a final layer of the middle purple pink. So really you want most on the edge, and just take it down to sort of mix it in. It is more purpley than pink, and that's fine. That's because I started with the purple. But I think that's worked quite well. And we could do some more of that, or we could do something. Let's do something different, because I'm not colouring the whole page with you, so we'll do a little bit of something different. So do some of these leaves and see how what we can do with those. Now with these colours, I'm thinking, I think I might go for a hooker's green to start with for my dark green. I'm going to use two colours on my green as well. So dark here, so I'm layering it up here, and then less as I go up towards the tip of my leaf. Like that. You could leave it like that, but I'm going to grab a slightly lighter colour. I'm trying to decide between the emerald and the light phthalo green. I think I'll go for the emerald. I don't think I want to go too light. And I'm going to put the emerald on here and just take it down. I'm not sure, it won't look like this sort of as impressive as this sort of blend. And I'm just going to go back to my hooker's green and put a little bit more at the bottom. There we go. So that's a green. So I would do this leaf and even this one the same. Now trying to work out what this is. I think this is also a leaf. I'll colour that as a leaf. So all the leaves that are around this flower, I will do the same colour. Okay, the same colour combo in exactly the same way as this, even the bigger ones. You just have to fade it over a longer area. So that's that one. What's that? Is that a flower or a leaf? I think I might colour that as a flower in the petal colour that we've used here. Okay, now let's move on to this one. I think I'll just do a little bit of each with you. This is the other one. There's only two flower designs, well, depending on whether you include this one. So I'll do a bit of this one as well. Want something quite different for this one. Can I do the centre? We'll make it, let me just decide what colour I'm going to do the flower. Yeah, okay, we'll make the centre slightly brownish to start with. So I'm going to grab my brown ochre and do that just around the edge here. Okay, and take that in a bit. And then I want a yellow. And I'm just moving my pencils around so that I don't get the two sets muddled up. I'm going to use this one. And this is the 107. Oops, let's put it in shot for you. This is the cadmium yellow. And use it there. There we go. And then this flower is going to be quite sort of orangey. I'm going to use this colour first, which is actually the dark cadmium orange. And we're going to do a similar thing to how, not exactly the same. We're going to put our darkest one here, which is the same as we did on our other one. We're going to fade it down, but we're just going to do a series of oranges fading down to the tip. So I'm going to just make it lighter here, okay, and then go for the cadmium orange, if I can get hold of it. It doesn't want me to pick it up. Cadmium orange, and then go over all of it and just extend it towards the tip. And then just finish off with, I think, the dark chrome yellow. It's quite an orangey colour. You can see it's quite orangey. Again, just put it all over and it helps to blend it all together. There we go. Now with this colour we can use a different colour leaf. I think a more olivey green, just because I like olivey greens, and I think it will work. I'm not just using it because I like it. So I'm going to start with a permanent green olive, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do this similar to the other leaves. So I'm going, no I'm not, I'm going to do this quite different. Let's do something different. So I'm going to go in each end with this and then fade towards the middle like that, and then grab this green, which is the May green, and go over this bit towards the centre, leaving it a bit lighter in the middle. So just a bit different, just showing you a different way. And I'll do all the leaves that are near these flowers, including these over here. I'm going to do these the same as these, like this. But we do have this little flower to do. Now, because it's coming out of here, I'm thinking I want to do it in the same colour as this. So I'm thinking do I do mid-orange, light orange, the yellowy colour? I think I'm going to do it in this colour, the dark chrome yellow, and just fade towards the tips a little bit. So work it here a bit more, so you've got more intense colour, and then a bit less down here. So nothing too fancy for those, I'm thinking, like that. Now the dots, they're all around the whole place. I'm thinking I might do those in gold, but actually in gold pen, maybe, rather than gold pencil, because I could use the green gold. I can try it. So here's our green gold. We can try using the green gold. Let's see if we can make a three-dimensional look. I think it's too small. If we try and put more around the edge than the middle, it can look a bit, I don't know. So I might use the green gold for these, and then I might change my mind and go over it in a gold pen, because a gel pen or a paint pen will cover pencil. So if you, or you could just go around the edge with a little bit of glitter pen, something like that. So that is a little quick demo on some of these, you know, how I'm going to approach this page. I'm going to finish that myself in my own time, because I think you don't need to see me colouring the same thing over and over again. So just to clarify, let's come out and show you the whole page and just talk you through what colours I'm going to do, in case you're following along or whatever. Oop. There we go. So these flowers here be the same as this one, okay? And then that one and that one, see, they're opposite, they'll be the same as each other. So we're actually going to have a lot of orange, because it's almost, this is a bit odd. So that bit and that flower and that flower are the same, but this bit here isn't on here. That bit doesn't come there. This group of flowers here is the same as this group in reverse, and that flower is that one, but this bit is a little bit different. But I'll still do that bit the same as that, you know, those flowers like these flowers. And yeah, so it'll be almost the same. Need to put my name in there. Anyway, may not do that. So that's that. So I'm going to continue and finish that. I will put a completed picture somewhere, but where I'm not sure, because I may not get it. I might just do a little bunch and put a picture up, because I probably won't get time to finish the whole page before I want to get this video up, because I'm sure Colorya, who sent me this book, will want me to get the video up quite quickly if I can. So I won't probably have time to finish all the page, but I'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's me for now. So that is the book. I've done a quick flip with no talking to put on my Instagram and things as well. So if you want another look at the book without me blathering on, then go over there. It might not be up. It might be up at the same time as this video. I try and sort of coordinate it if I can. So and there'll be a short later today with the quicker flip, so that you can just have a quick look if you know, a bit faster. But that's that. But as I say, nice thick, almost card paper, a little bit shiny, works really well with the Polychromos. I tried in a previous copy of their book, I tried it with castles and prismas, and they worked really well as well. But I've tried it with several different types of pens. The pens work on the paper and they don't soak through. I haven't tried alcohol markers. Tried paint pens like Poscas and gel pens and felt pens, and they all work, but I find they take a long time to dry compared to toothy paper, which isn't surprising because it doesn't have anywhere to soak in. So you can use pens, but I smudge them. That doesn't mean you will. If you're used to using pens, then you might find it works better for you. So that's my sort of general view about it. But yeah, if you like thick paper, and the spiral binding is a big plus for some people, plus it's single-sided. They are similar. I've been asked before if they're the Color It books. They're not. Color It is an American brand. They're done in, and they have perforations, and the paper isn't quite as thick as this. I haven't got a copy, but I've been sent a few pages from Color It books. They are very different paper, I have to say, and it's not the same company, but just a similar name. Okay, so that's me. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a really super day, and happy colouring.